to the real estate lab where the market's the game. Austin's the board and we're changing the frame. Buyers and sellers and investors alike, tune in often and we'll set your path right. From the hottest market during the COVID days to higher rates now, leaving many in a daze. Inventory's up, decisions are tough, but with our insights, you'll have the right stuff. National news got you feeling unsure. We're your local source with knowledge that's pure. E above Austin, Daphne, and JJ too, breaking it down just for you. REALab ITX, where you're guiding light, navigating Austin day and night. Whether buying, selling, or investing your way, we're here to help every hour of the day. Interest rates are high and some opportunities lie in the heart of Texas, under the big sky. Don't let the headlines lead you astray. We've got the facts to guide your way. From downtown condos to suburban streets, we know the spots where value meets. Tune in frequently, stay ahead of the curve, with insights and tips y'all deserve. No jargon, no fluff, just real talk, helping you take that real estate walk. In Austin's market, ever so grand, we're your trusted helping hand. REALab ITX, where you're guiding light, navigating Austin day and night. Whether buying, selling, or investing your way, we're here to help every hour of the day. So plug in, subscribe, don't miss a beat. With the Real Estate Lab, your journey's complete. Of Austin, Daphne, and JJ, guiding you through, come with me.
Mike, yeah, you can be over here.
All right.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Real Estate Lab. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be interesting. First off, we are completely live in a model home. You know, we're always trying to do something a little different, and this one, well, this one was a little bit of a challenge, but we're here and we're going to work through it. So today's topic, we're focused on why builders are building this way today. And so we're going to go through a couple things that have changed over the last few decades and what homes are, how homes are being built today. It should be just a fun little topic. We've got Daphne, myself, JJ, and go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Corey. I own Flow State Home Inspection.
So we've got an inspector here with us to kind of help us through the conversation. Okay, if you have questions, I probably won't see them, but I would say leave them in the comments anyway, and we'll make sure to get back to them.
Yeah.
All right, so I think the first question to open is, let's see. What do we want to do? What do we want to do for first question to open?
What do you look at as an inspector? What's the first
There
thing?
you go. What do you look at as an inspector?
Okay.
I'm going to give you this back.
So some of the first things we look at coming into the home would definitely be outlet placement on where they would necessarily be, especially in the kitchen, either around the islands. Also, depending on the age of the home, that'll have a factor in there as well.
The age of the home and outlets.
Yes.
Why does the
indeed.
age matter for where the outlets are placed?
Okay, so the age matters essentially because the outlet placement has changed over a degree of time, especially in the last few decades.
So
If you also,
You're talking about how far apart they are?
yes, not just how far apart they are, where they are in placement from, let's say, a water source. That's also a big factor in that. So the outlets that you're noticing today, they all have a different kind of pattern about them, be it some USB over in the corner, but essentially they're all connected and GFCI protected as well. So as the ground fault breaking, essentially on the protection side of what you'll find on these outlets in the kitchen.
So let me make sure that I understand this. You're
Sure.
saying that not all homes have this water protection circuitry.
They are required to have them now, but there's not even a grandfathering process for homes that were built, say, pre-1990, 1980s. You won't really find them there unless the previous owners have grandfathered in, pretty much installed them themselves. So
What is the outlet rule as far as
there were several rules.
well, as far as like what we were just talking about, like the spacing from water, et cetera?
Sure. So you're looking between a 4 to 6 foot range, especially away from water, essentially, and also spacing along the walls, be it backsplash or otherwise, that you want to look for.
And
I'm not that tall.
what,
Can you expand your wings a
I
little?
also think your arms are a little shorter than you, right? I'm a little. So, and I know we've all been licensed for a while. And I know that over like the decades that there's different like building code and that kind of stuff changes.
Mhm.
When did that come into effect in particular?
That came into effect in the early 2000s, essentially on where it came down to on the placements, and they have definitely changed it since when they initially introduced it, mid to late 1990s. So they've broken it down. They introduced it, NEC would be the ones to do that, the National Inspection Codes.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they've altered, if you will, the plan on where they want the
parameters, yeah.
placements to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of the code instills trial and error, the extensive on the error part of what happens in homes. That's why you find a lot of
Yeah, they change a lot like
Yeah.
from year to year. Because I work in like central Austin quite a bit and there's a lot of older homes and that
Mhm.
always comes up. Like I'm looking around at this island and it looks like there are no outlets
In the island.
in the island, right? Because
You
that
saw me looking at that earlier, aren't you?
yeah, did I don't know. But I know like that always comes up in inspections. There's like,
Indeed.
oh, there's an outlet here, and then buyers will be like, it needs to be removed. And I'm like, no. So anyway,
So that is another thing I did want to touch on. I'm actually glad you brought that up, Daphne. When it comes down to the island, so starting in 2023, they actually ex-nayed the outlets as a requirement for the islands.
Mm.
And the NEC issued that for a safety code, especially for children,
Mhm.
for small bodies in the house itself. When it comes down to the inspection, I'm not going to be the one to pull hairs and get very particular when I see outlets already basically grandfathered in on islands that I'm walking for the homes. If the owner or the potential buyer is asking about it, of course, I'm going to be straightforward and answer. But at the same time, I see no problem necessarily of having outlets on the island because I grew up in a house with outlets on the island. We constantly use them.
Yeah.
And, being from Louisiana, that blender needed to get charged and powered
Yeah.
continuously.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
It's kind of interesting because I look at it like there's almost always a slight overhang on the island.
Mhm.
So maybe logically it doesn't matter, right? Because if you have an outlet here, but water flows off, it's not going to hit the outlet. Where
Correct, it won't.
if it's I don't know, on the countertop, which I've seen.
I appreciate that.
I know
It's like it's so functional. Yeah.
At the same time, you'd be like, oh, let's see.
And then you died.
And it covers over the side.
All
Indeed.
for the name of new construction.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Cool.
I have a resale question for y'all. How often, I don't know which mic to use,
You can use them all.
like, do y'all actually negotiate GFCI? And, when you're consulting with clients, how do you actually get, let's say you're the buyer and the code is old, do you get a lot of negotiation with that for your buyers?
Oh, that's for y'all.
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
I'm actually gonna ask Corey this question. How much do you see people complaining about the GFCI?
Very little.
Right?
Very little to zero, if any. I think of maybe I've been in over 150 plus homes. I'd say out of that, all of maybe 2.
Yeah.
And that's just on curiosity on why they're GFCI, not necessarily the location.
Yeah.
So
I would say for me, it's come up very little, maybe a handful of times where someone even cares. But I will say the one time that it came up and it was very important was it was an older home. I want to say it was built in the 40s. And I want to say it was built in the 40s. And it was a small, like 700 or 800 square foot home. Like, it was really small. And so the couple outlets they did have mattered a lot. And they just, and all the work that was done just by someone random, nobody licensed. And so you could see that all the wiring, all the panels were just like, they were kind of jacked. And so they were like, can we fix this, please? And I want to while we're doing it, we want to make sure that the outlets aren't going to cause a fire.
So you don't want to say it's a fire, or you don't mention it unless it's.
Oh, when there was a safety issue for sure.
Yeah.
Safety and functionality are the 2 big prongs that we go after in the inspection world. And that is definitely part of the calling when it comes down to electrical outlets.
And
Right.
just to stick with the theme, so we're saying that in 2025, how is it done?
Right.
In 2025, how are the outlets done or how
the
it's,
outlets, the spacing, and
Okay.
then whether or not you can have them on the island.
well, the camera can actually catch what we're looking at.
Yep.
Outlets are exactly farther apart than where they need to be. 4 to 6 feet away from water sources, if you will. And then also 2 to 3 feet from each other. I'm starting to expand that a little on where the usage is. And the main reason is because the water source can transfer, because we have the stove and the range right here, and the fire kicks off and you have boiling water and it splashes everywhere. So that's why we have different kind of codes.
So this kitchen's perfect, is what you're saying.
This This kitchen is very well built for 2025.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
a pot filler.
A pot filler
Yeah. With the,
Oh yeah, for your pastas
for the pastas
for the
themselves.
Italians.
If this was a brand new home and they had a pasta filler on the side, I would still say for the markings, there's only one outlet that I would call in question, and it'd also be on where the placement would be on the range itself. So if it was the placement with, pasta filler on the right-hand side, technically you still have enough space with the first outlet on the right. So you're still good.
Yep. Yeah, who cares? I mean, if you have a pasta filler, it looks freaking cool. Like, yeah, all of it, like, yeah,
You have a pasta.
definitely. Like, I'll risk electrocuting. Okay, yeah, myself.
with it.
Yeah, I said what I said. Whatever. Electrocuting. English is my second language. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. I see you have a good.
I was just going to point out, and this is not inspection related at all. And I'm seeing this a lot I'm seeing this everywhere in new construction homes. They all come with all appliances. So like things that are standard, dishwasher, stove, microwave, but things that have been negotiable in the past are fridge, washer, dryer, and all builders are including them right now. So yeah, today.
Even now, water filtration system.
Yeah, for real.
Actually,
real.
impressive
Yeah.
along those lines. You don't really see too many.
Yeah. All of those things used to be upgrades
Totally.
before. So in 2025, it seems like well, due to our market, it's not like a
Exactly.
build requirement, but due to our market, they're like, let's go ahead and put that in.
Yeah. Like I said, not inspection related, just something to keep an eye on. So if you're looking for like turnkey, truly, new construction is usually where it's at.
I like it.
Can I ask you guys that question on the market that you're seeing right now? Do you see a lot of your clients coming in wanting necessarily more for their money in the way of that negotiation because they want the appliances kind of rolled in there?
Don't we all?
Or okay,
We all?
Well,
Yeah.
same just about.
And in this market, I think buyers are definitely more aggressive and they definitely ask for more. They know, it's not uncommon for them to want a low ball. You could look at a builder and sometimes I gauge like how many people are like visiting the model home. And if there's not a lot of traffic and you don't feel a lot of activity, you start to ask you just start asking. They're very, very heavy handed on asking.
And
Gotcha.
a lot of times the builder rep will be like, we will take an offer.
Yes.
Just bring us an offer.
Yes.
It's offer time.
It's all
Whatever you got in your pocket. Come on.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Sure.
Should we,
Look at next.
Yeah.
Okay, back to my table. Outside of coming in and stepping through the kitchen, we actually addressed this before. The windows. You talked about having low E windows and now solar windows as well. So a couple things. We have a camera shot. Oh, these don't actually.
these don't open.
They don't even open up. Yeah, it's just.
Are you allowed to do this?
It don't open, but you get a fridge.
I don't know what you get your fridge. So that is another part of the safety stuff that we had talked about
The
before.
H.
And none of them are actually opening. Yeah, that's.
I don't.
It is
see
rare.
I feel like I've been catfished. We're leaving.
So, but still, there's a couple things. There's a couple things all the same that you want to look for when it comes down to these windows as well. It's not just where we are on the level side, where the water might be potentially, and caulking and whatnot on the installation itself, but it's also the glass. If you notice, it's majorly crystal clear, right? These wouldn't have the argon gas in between, but if this was a two-piece window, a sliding window, and you also had a gray area, or I don't say gray area, but a real hazy section, then your window already, unfortunately, is brand new, but would need to be replaced because it has a leak in there with the gas that's going through. And a lot of people, I find people, it's like 50-50. They question it even after they get the report from me, or they completely ignore it because they're worried about something else in the home.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on the way of that, yeah, beautiful set of windows that we have in this 2025 build.
Yeah.
Brand new, all the same.
Yeah. So you're saying they're in here in all the windows in 2025, you're going to have the argon gas or like a low E type, low
Energy efficiency.
energy efficient window.
Yes.
Do you know when they changed that? When did that become necessary, where they had to do that?
The
Or
low
where it
E,
became common even, whether or not it's necessary?
the low E was in talks and kind of pushed through mainly when they started manufacturing them in the 80s, give or take, but the heavier push came in the 90s.
Okay.
And they started perfecting them from that point. But obviously, if you can see here, it's pretty standard op for,
I'm going to
place
mention
grade.
this and tell me if y'all have seen this lately, but even the string on the blinds, I remember someone telling me that was a safety issue, that they had to remove them because somebody got checked.
Kids play with
Yeah,
a lot
kids
of
are playing.
things.
I was like, really? But I think that's super convenient. You shouldn't have to have it on there anyway. But I thought that was interesting, And notice they don't have the little sharp, thin blinds that'll cut you if you,
Yeah,
as you're
no more
peeking
metal.
out the window. No more metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more like a little
yeah.
wood
right,
framing, if you will.
right.
Yeah,
They're vouchers.
sure.
For new construction, why is this not an adjustable window?
Does it have to be? I don't think it has to be.
It doesn't necessarily have to be, but when it comes down to safety, that's another question I would raise as well. I would want, if I was buying this home, I would want these to at least have the functionality to move. We got to egress out of here in the case of a fire.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. So for fire code, and I don't know fire code, disclaimer, I just know for fire code, there is supposed to be something about being able to escape, having X number of exits, including windows. And so this seems a little curious to me, but I've seen it in larger houses like transit windows and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure it's up to code. They wouldn't be building without it.
No, they wouldn't. But well, maybe. But okay, so are windows over here openable? And does door count as escape? No, I don't think these are openable
No,
either.
The door is definitely not count, but we could see if possibly in the bedrooms is more likely where you find them.
Well,
And yeah, got them over here.
yo,
Yeah,
that's a big backyard.
they're at least sliding windows, but they are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So if you have an exit here, you probably don't have to have the window. This is me guessing, right?
Yeah.
If you have an exit here, you probably don't have to have the windows slide because there's no exit in the bedroom, and if you're sleeping, you probably have to have an escape option. And then the front of the house, I don't know what's over there. Is there another room up there?
it's a
Upstairs.
An
Oh,
office?
it's an office in the front, yes.
Yeah, because it's not technically a bedroom, they probably don't have to have sliding windows.
I'm.
That's an interesting.
Should have been an inspector, my man.
I really want to do that.
I'm not-
Okay, I mean, and I do that when I walk through a lot of houses with clients and stuff, but no,
Is that a normal complaint that you might find from some of your clients that are coming there? You don't really care.
When's the last time you walked into a new construction home and you haven't seen the windows?
Yeah, that's really rare. I feel like if we point anything out, if anyone notices, it's usually because we will point it out. Like I notice that kind of stuff, I'd be like, these windows don't open,
Yeah.
but they're like, I don't care, it's beautiful. So,
Mhm.
I don't know if you've got another spot, but I was wondering if we could actually take the party upstairs because I want to look at something in the attic
Yes.
later. Okay.
Before we go, can we do lighting real quick?
Yeah.
Certainly.
So I just want to talk about the fact that all the lights are changed as of late. I personally don't like these particular lights, but they're doing the low energy
The LEDs, yes.
LED lights.
Energy
right?
efficiency being the.
Why
the
don't you
candlestick.
like them?
I don't like this model because they stick out. They look like
Little
Uh,
droplets of something.
droplets is the word I was not going to say. Yeah, they look like little droplets of something.
Droopy little fish eyes.
Well,
Yeah.
and think about changing it. You have to have the exact model versus if it was, something that you could go and buy yourself easily, and maybe it's recessed in there. Just
Like an old standard incandescent bulb would be.
well, kind of like that. Yeah. Well, at least with the bulbs, you can change. You know what kind of bulb you're going to get.
Yeah.
This you can't choose. Some people don't like cold or warm tone lighting.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So all this is static. So that's why I don't like it. So if you're going to redo the lighting in your house, you can't just buy bulbs. You're going to buy these kits and they're going to cost a lot.
Basically, yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Do you know, but based on the timelines we're talking about, based on builds, do you know when they started mandating this? Because this is in almost every new construction we've seen.
It wasn't so much of a mandation as an opt for it. A lot of people simply prefer,
Price. It's expensive.
listening to their, billing, accounting, and also clients coming in and purchasing the homes and what the preferences would be. So they started changing things over.
One blanket oh, sorry, we're going to say something. Oh, just kind of a blanket statement. I noticed that the quality of houses, maybe not quality, the finishes of houses adjusted down probably around 2018 or so. They used to, like, you could walk into a brand new community and there would be fans in every room and there would be
Yes.
higher end lighting and like smart, not plugs, switches, like that kind of stuff. And there's some of that now, but I mean, this is a nice big living room and God knows it gets hot in Texas, but there is no fan in here. I think there is one here in the primary. Yeah. Yeah. But, and that's not throwing any shade at this builder at all. That's just what builders are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of going back to your, yeah.
Are they at least including sod? Do you remember back in I think in 2018, 2019?
I like to think so,
They
including
weren't giving you
size.
Gross.
No, what is it? Sprinkler systems, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Lucky for this house, at least whoever getting this one, you're getting both the sod and the sprinkler
That
system.
should be
So that's a
cool.
plus.
No,
You know
that's-
what is it?
yeah.
You know what it is?
What is it, Norm?
Well, garage door, opener, and unit, and then gutters.
No, yeah, gutter.
Yeah, that's the other
some,
thing.
Yeah, some do, some don't.
Yeah. I
That's-
feel like that should be mandated.
Should be.
Yeah.
To protect your foundation.
Yeah.
Like,
Indeed.
because shouldn't a warranty be tied to gutters?
I would like to think it would
Yeah, it's
include that.
maintaining the integrity of the structure. Yeah.
That's why I'm not an inspector. I see stuff. I'm like, do I say, if I see something, do I say something?
Okay.
And it's also not so much as like a preference too. You're not going to hear people, I prefer not to have gutters on my house. I've never heard that. Probably never will hear that.
You want to finance gutters for $2,000 that becomes $7,000. That's the problem. Right? Because
More or less.
Oh, because they mark it out. Yeah.
For financed into the loan.
Mm.
You know?
We'll still give you a new fridge, but no fan. Fair enough.
Upstairs?
Let's go upstairs, please.
Does it work out? I think it's working out.
You're doing it.
There you go. There's people listening. There's people watching.
Do we have any
There we go.
comments?
We're good. Comments. Let's see. I don't see any comments yet.
Is my hair good? You
That's
like
okay. I
it?
didn't expect that. I told them at the beginning I don't think we'd be able to see it.
Oh, this is just a big random closet, which might actually end up working for us. I want to pop my head into the attic. Come
Oh.
this way.
Okay. All right. So we're going in.
So
We
one,
get here.
one of the things that I come on over. Where's JJ?
JJ?
JJ. JJT. JJT. It's like, okay. So one of the things that I really like about this builder in particular
Yes.
is that they insulate the crap out of their attics, and
not all builders do that.
they do not. So this is specific. Well, I'll just say this is, it's Meritage, whatever. So they're known. I mean, I don't want to say that they're known for energy efficiency, but they do insulate their attic space, which in Texas is tremendously helpful.
Should I go up?
Do you want to go? Yeah, if you don't mind.
I
Or
got
do you want me to hold this while you go up and put it up with you?
I
Okay.
can see it. So whatever you say can be seen.
Yeah. So there's insulation there on the flooring, of course, like every other house. But then the sexy part is that it is also on like the ceiling portion of the attic.
Some good spray foam.
Yeah, it's so good. What can you tell us about spray foam and insulation?
Spray foam is by far the most insulating of the insulations, if you want to chop that up.
Yeah.
From bats to just basic newspaper ground up is basically what it looks like. But in the way of that, this is going to be the most sealed you're ever going to find in this attic. I mean, you can still feel even up there, Daphne.
It's
you
like
can still
not-
feel the AC.
Not hot up here at all.
Exactly.
There's like no,
You think you're going to break your sweat sitting up there? Probably not, right?
no, probably not. I mean, if it's hotter, it might be like 1.5 degrees, but it's not even like, oh yeah, but I can feel, no, like you cannot feel you're in the attic at all.
Indeed. So full year round spray foam is by far the way to go. Is it the most expensive? Yeah, to a little degree
Oh.
or another, but at the same time,
They
you're not
don't
gonna find
have,
anything better than that.
they don't have the insulation on the floor. It's just up on the walls, but like, I guess you don't need it if it's,
Our code is high enough here in Texas.
that's dope.
With a spray foam,
So-
you're in the 40s.
Here's the other question. Notice that the water heater, the hot water heater, was not up in the attic. That's a
Indeed.
good thing when it comes to making sure that the water heats quickly. If it's a tradition, like an older water heater,
Indeed.
but it's also if the pilot light goes out and you have to go up into your attic and it's 173 degrees in there.
Good
Mhm.
grief. Is this, I wonder if this is a tankless water heater?
It is a tankless water.
Okay.
in the garage.
Yes,
Indeed.
Right.
perfect.
So that was another thing that I wanted to talk about is the difference between whether they put them in the attic versus in the garage.
I've seen both,
Yeah.
a mixture. More so the attic has, when you find a tankless water heater in the attic, you're still going to have a tank with it. And I don't mean for the water, I mean the expansion tank.
Yes.
The advantage of having that, it can be placed on, vertical, horizontal, if you will. It just has to be secure. More often than not, if one like this house is placed in the garage, you're not going to find it there. But as for the pilot light, yeah, if you're going to have a pilot light issue, you want your tank, at least 18 inches off the ground in the garage for gas fumes and that kind of thing. But even so, what I run into when it comes down to tankless is also the connections.
Yeah.
We're looking at CST and a mixture of where the piping is going with and where the gas is coming out. They heat very quickly and they
Okay.
do a really, really good job. Maintenance is bare minimum,
Mhm.
and the worries are almost not even
good
existent
Tesla.
there. It's a ba-
Dare I say.
a good Tesla,
Wait till they get into HVAC systems and water heating.
Mhm.
indeed.
So do you remember in 2021, I believe, when we had Snowmageddon?
Yeah,
Do you remember that there were builders, not this builder, there were builders that put their tankless water heaters on the outside of the garage of the house.
I was not inspecting homes
and
at the
they
time.
were exploding because
surprise.
Texas and freezes don't really get along. So fortunately, most builders that have been around have learned not to do that. And to be a builder in Texas, it's like $50 at the
Your registration.
yeah, to register
The city or whatever.
That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the other side thing.
Yeah. So it's important that we
Full
talk, like,
certification.
we understand when you're buying a home in 2025, especially in Texas, that we know these little things. That's why we're doing this episode. It's good.
Of course.
Like
You know if the builders are paying attention to that? Do you know if the tankless are like coming in?
well, there's code that's enforced,
Okay.
right? And then there's inspectors that have things that they have to follow.
Yeah.
And then there's realtors that get education. And then there's people that go in and they try to do it with no one.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Someone's
it's
friend's
like
handyman is coming through.
client
Yes.
saying, explain how all of these computers work. Give me the information about the processor, their memory, that, like, no offense to Best Buy employees,
The
but
Geek Squad.
To say,
they're
the
not,
geeks-
they're not taught all the nuances, right? So if you come to a builder, and again, builders are incredible. I love working with builders, but they know their thing that they're told, and that's what they're selling, right? Some of them used to be realtors before, some of them may have been inspectors before, but most of them are sales consultants.
I mean, even us, like, well, there's a lot of stuff we don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's why we have
That's why we
partners.
haven't. Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
I just want to mention that there is a very random little closet room behind us, and you could easily fit a nice big fridge in there. I'm curious if there's any outlets in there.
Yeah. So the fridge
Probably
thing is
not.
interesting because there's carpet. There's carpet upstairs. We're in Texas. It's 2025.
No outlets? What the
Listening to
heck?
preferences again from builders to their clients and what they think clients want or what their expectancy is. But yeah, you'll see a lot more of this
Anyway,
garish white
there's a lot of
carpet.
things you could
versus
do with
kind of
this.
laminate floors or anything along those lines.
Well, upstairs it makes some sense because if you have
Noise and
kids or
stuff,
something
yeah.
running around, then anybody, it doesn't have to be kids, but anybody running around upstairs, you don't want
Adults.
to hear it downstairs. Yeah, adults. If adults aren't
Like
running
Godzilla.
around, you gotta have more fun in
Yeah,
life.
what are you
That's all I'm
doing?
saying.
You should be skipping at least once a day, running twice a week
Is there
in your
anything
house.
got it
else
right.
you think is absolutely imperative that we cover? We're running low on time.
Cover in the way of inspections for new builds.
Yeah, just like things that have changed over the years that you feel are worth mentioning. Something that's really important, right? Like fire retardant doors in the exits. I mean,
That'd be more of the garage, I would say. Actually, something small. Bring the camera over here. Something small I would note, especially in the new builds and holding builders accountable. I'm not here to step on any toes or anything along those lines. You always want to look for the small and subtle cracks here at the bottom of the corners. These change up, and they also just simply display the settlement of the foundation. It'll also tell you the kind of quality of builder that you're stepping into in a home.
Say that one more time as a complete sentence.
So the settlement of the foundation is a great dictation of the caliber and quality of builder that you have when you're purchasing a home. And the one way you can, if you have no other knowledge walking into a house, look at the corners. It's really simple. If you see separation gaps in between the flooring, or even still, you might even see nail pops in the walls or the ceilings, something along those lines, that will give you a great dictation of who you're dealing with as a builder. What are they paying attention to and where their quality stands?
You know, we as realtors, we go through blue tape walks with our people, and so we get firsthand experience or secondhand experience seeing these types of things. And so yes, we're not allowed to say it really, but when we're with clients, it's like, this is wrong.
I say it.
This is wrong.
I
Right,
say
we're
it.
allowed to
I've
say it,
pointed
like,
things out.
we're just not allowed to go online publicly defaming.
Oh, no,
That's what I
no.
meant.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
we get people asking that all the time. Which builders suck? It's like, well,
Let me tell you off the record.
you're a customer until until we sign a
Right.
agreement.
Of course. And those are the small things that, I would look for, especially in a new build as well. And you can even, I don't know if the camera could catch it, but you actually see a little crack already starting to form on the wall right here. And that's basically from potential settlement of the foundation on the way up to even minor stuff like
But
that.
that's just like a one-off, right?
Yeah, of course.
And that's not even a big deal unless you see more.
Unless it's thicker, unless I see more, unless I see even horizontal stepping, then we'll have a different kind of conversation.
Horizontal stepping is like this.
Oh yeah, when you're seeing the cracks go along,
Yes.
one key point, if you see something along those lines, if you could take a flathead and turn it on its side and still have room, that's when you have a more of a foundation issue.
Kind of an issue.
Yeah.
Now, this is coming from an inspector, not us as realtors. You said that? Okay. It's really
I am certified, I assure you. I
Yeah.
have the know-how,
That's really important. Thank you.
of course. But yeah, how are we doing on time? Do we still have?
Right. It's on JJ.
Maybe a couple minutes.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Couple
I think
minutes?
we're good. Okay, so then the follow-up would be, based on this, what other questions do you have? Would you want an episode number 2 for this to go through and look at maybe other builders? Maybe talk about different years. Maybe we go and look at resale, like a resale from 1980, maybe a resale from 1970. Because
Ooh, the good stuff.
yeah, the good stuff, right? Because it's so very
Do you want
different.
to do a free inspection for one of my old listings?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly it.
Why not? We'll make something happen. I got the drone in the car. We'll make something fun.
Yeah.
A demo.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I think that
Give
could
you all a
be
good
lot of
eye of what it looks like to be an inspector and what I look for when I'm walking into a variety of homes.
fun. Yeah.
So, you know, the oldest I think I've done is 1931 over in Georgetown, and that
Okay.
was a very interesting treat, all the way up to, of course, the new builds.
Yeah.
So you never know what you're going to walk into.
I
That's
had one in Liberty Hill that was 1901.
Wow.
The ceilings were this tall, and I was like, "This is great." I
Good
mean,
for
it's-
you.
yeah, for me, yeah.
wow.
I know. Can you imagine that?
That's like a trailer.
Gotta be worried about a couple electrical issues, I'm sure, in there.
Oh, everything. Yeah. I mean, it still had. It's not a boiler. What is this?
Yeah.
It is-
Furnace?
Yeah.
A furnace.
It's a furnace,
Furnace,
yeah. It still
yeah.
had a well, because in every state they're all
They
very
call them different, yeah.
Yeah. So it still had a furnace. I've seen some where they had the classic stove where you put the fire in. That's how
Nice.
A wood burning stove?
wood burning stove.
Yes. Was it right in the center of like a
Right in the
living area?
center of the living room. I was like,
Yes.
this is cool.
That's
Yeah.
quality right there.
That
Those
is
things will never go out of style.
That's so cool. Yeah, they will last
Come home and make you feel like you're camping.
centuries.
Uh,
Generational stoves.
I'm going camping this weekend, and I went camping last weekend.
There you go.
Double camping weekend.
He's used to the stoves, is what he's saying.
Yeah, he
He knows
knows.
the wood.
He can cook it.
We have an outdoor kitchen in our camper.
See? He's glamping, is what he's
no.
going to
Oh, yeah,
confess.
I'm not
That sounds
camping.
so
I'm
hard. Wow.
Not that I would. Anyways, thank y'all so much. We're returned. Thank y'all so much for spending time with us today. Let us know if you have any questions, and we're happy that you spent the time with us. See you in the next Real Estate Lab in a couple weeks.
Boom, boom,
Big-
boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I'll keep dancing till we turn it off.
Get it, get it, get it, get it.
With the dollar bills.